Hello adventurers, Seraph here. I got my Iskur X ergonomic gaming chair. I'll be surprised if it is ergonomic actually. I want to see what this thing's like when I get it out. Because I didn't think it was going to be ergonomic. But this is from Razer, as you can see. And this is the Genshin Impact limited edition. I think this is absolutely hilarious. It's like it comes with Primogems, Mora, Hero's Wit, but like, really, does that even matter? It's the chair. Okay, I tipped it flat now, and interestingly, this side has most of the personal information on the chair, most of the specs and stuff. You know, as far as the box goes, this is what I had it tipped on. Thought that was interesting. But yeah, I'll be getting to the manual and all that. That's the box, that's the outside box. So let's get this thing open now. Very interesting. I'm getting some help to open the box. She's enjoying this. Got this little teeny knife, keychain knife. That's what I open up pretty much everything. Scissors just don't do the trick. Knives, little teeny ones, perfect. Alright, let me give a tutorial of what I'm talking about here. I'll just go like this. And it's a very... Oh, here we got that. Very easy thing to... There we go. You can get the other side.
That's satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Alright, open it up. There we go. There we go. Two-player co-op. This is a heavy chair and it may require backup. Ah, yeah, speaking of that, this thing is heavy. This thing is very heavy. I forgot to mention, too, I'm not trying to flex with this chair. That's not what this is about. For a long time, I've used a chair that's like a lawn chair or sat on the edge of a bed or various things, and it's really wrecked my back, and so I just had enough, and that's part of the reason I'm getting this chair. Initially, I was like, I'm not going to get a chair just for Genshin, but I figured since I need to get one, might as well be a memorable one. Oh, wow, this is cool. So we got that there with a QR code. It's time to take your throne. Pretty neat. And I figured if I do a really good review on this, maybe if somebody's on the fence about getting one, this will help them decide. You can still get one, I think. I don't think they're like gone. It's not one of those things where they're all like limited edition pre-ordered out. At least it wasn't when I got it. It had already been released for a while, so you still should be able to get one. Flip for assembly, huh? Oh boy. Well, that's cool. I like easy instructions. So you get those components. Pretty basic stuff. All the different parts there. It looks like it's going to be really easy to follow the instructions to put it together. Okay. I'm just being thorough with this because this is a once in a lifetime thing for me. I'll probably never get another chair like this unless I get rich someday or something. And if my channel ever grows big enough and I can do giveaways, I will be giving away things like this actually. But I got to get there first, so. Things like this, PS5, maybe an Xbox, that kind of thing. Okay, time to lift this styrofoam and see what's underneath. Go ahead. Wow. That's awesome. And you can see the embroidering on that, and it's squishy. It's like this kind of plushy leather. I can't wait to get this off so you can see it better. But this is what it looks like all packaged. Should be okay. You know, it's got this really nice extra walled box to protect against idiots when they damage it with shipping, right? This is nice protection there, and that impressed me. That's good. Otherwise, it could have got damaged. Seems like it can take quite a bit of the brunt, but yeah, it was a heavy thing. I'm a pretty tough guy, and it's just that it's so bulky. You could probably lift it on your own, but it's really bulky. So team lift recommended. All right, I'm gonna get some of this actually out of here to continue the next part of the video, but for the initial opening and unboxing, I had to do it at the back door. Pretty cool. All right, let's pause this and I'll continue in a minute. Okay, so there was another layer between the back part of the chair and then these accessories. So they layered it. They've layered it very, very well. So this is what's in there. I was going to get it all pulled out before I did some more recording, but just wanted to show that. That's pretty cool. So far, so good. Okay, had to catch my breath. It turns out the heaviest part of this whole unit is the base, which seems to be pre-assembled. The handles or whatever, the armrests are still on there already. It's heavy and it's huge. I'm I'm surprised just how big this base is. I gotta find something as a comparison, like a dollar bill or something, to have you see just how big this base is. Wow, and the part where you sit on, where the wheels go and everything, the bottom part, not the chair part, but I guess technically that's the base. That's huge too. Here's the box with the accessories. Wow, this is awesome. And that's the part that weighs the most, is that. Okay, so like I said, as a comparison, here's $1 on the chair. That's nuts. That's how much butt space there is, and I absolutely love it. And the embroidery and everything, I can't wait to get this assembled so you can see. I'm impressed. I wasn't sure it was going to be worth the money because I've got a similar type chair that's not for me. It's for another family member, and I like it. It's comfortable, and that's why I decided to finally get myself one. But this is, wow. I imagine it's going to be very comfortable. So let me go and get this all assembled now and let you see it from that point. Okay, go ahead and lift the lid. So this is when you lift the accessory box. Again, you got the instructions there. It's pretty cool. We got that there, all things in steps. We got a kit. This is really awesome. Gonna make things easy to assemble. And we've got the Genshin thing there. I'm assuming the code and stuff's on the back, but that's kind of cool. There's probably some other little things there I'll take a look at. And yeah, it was very well done. All this is like packaging and everything. I'm really shocked at how nice it is. And this foam, I mean, it's like you'd find in a expensive tower PC or something. I love this company. Oh, and they give you some cool stickers too. So yeah, there's that. I actually just collect these things. I don't even actually put these on anything, but maybe someday I'll find a use for all my stickers. Okay, so I was assembling the chair, and there's something I noticed that I want to mention because you're going to run into this problem. I stuck these on the side. These came on the these parts. Came on these parts. I took it off because they want you to assemble the back to the base. Okay, it's pretty simplistic actually. You take these K ones and you use the M's here, and there's like a fat washer and then the skinny one that goes over the top of it. That. So it goes fat, skinny in between, and then the bolt, and it all just goes on the outside of this here. Attaches to the chair in 2 spots, but the problem is this has a sharp point on the other side. I'm going to see if I can show that. And what I decided to do, they don't really give anything to do with that. I just didn't want it damaging this leather. So this comes on the legs of this thing, and it's kind of thin. It's definitely thinner than the other packaging they give. It's nice, actually. It's nice. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that over this thing, and then I'll screw it in, and then I can just cut around it so that this is at least protecting the leather. I think I'm going to do that because there's just enough give for that. So let me show you something here. Yeah, this thing is so freaking awesome. I love it. Seriously. I mean, see this leather. Definitely not your average chair. It was worth it. So worth it. And the back with pylon embroidering, I love it. So if we take this off here, this right here, this is sharp. It's sharp, and it'll damage the leather. This part is pretty smooth. The outside part, I felt it, not too bad, but eventually that would probably rub against leather and cause a problem. But that's sharp. I don't even know why that's there. Doesn't look like it's got a purpose right now. And if you come over and look at this side here, it's going to damage the part of the leather that's in between these 2 holes, and that's going to be a problem. So that black thing I'm going to stick over it. I'll show you here. Where is it? Here, let's grab it and put it over the top. Oh, it's underneath. I'm just going to go like this, stick it over the top, and do the screwing. I'll slice it down this way, and then I'll screw it in, and then I can cut around the outside edge when I feel like it. And that should protect it. So I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, I actually took some haircut and scissors. Very, very, very nice scissors to use. If you ever want scissors that cut good, get haircut and scissors. They're like cheap, like $10 from Walmart. Slice that there, cut it down that way, and then I'm gonna install it, and I can always cut around the outside like this, and we'll protect it. Perfect. Okay, I'm just full of tips and tricks here. Another thing too, when it comes to these screws, there's a washer here. That's the end one here. One side is sharper and the other side's rounded. This inside is the sharp one. On the outside, it's rounded. Make sure you're putting the rounded part against the part you screw up against the chair, because this sharpened side will dig into the paint and the metal that you're screwing it against and damage the chair. And don't over tighten either. You can always tighten up later if something feels loose, but don't over tighten initially. And then that washer in the middle, it's like the skinnier bent one. I don't know. No matter how you turn it, it's a problem, I suppose. But it's there to kind of give some give when you tighten it up. Okay. I've got to say, the hardest part by all has been trying to get these holes lined up. You can't see a bloody thing, especially when I got that in the way. Having to feel in there and line up the nut, it's been taking forever. And you don't want to fully tighten it until everything feels right. Right now it just doesn't. I get to that point, it just feels way too tight. So just get them started on the bottom. Then I'm trying to attach the top now. Same the other side. It helped to stick this inside when I got it lined up. I could tell it was going in. I was like, all right, there we go, finally. I like this tool that they gave, by the way. The handle on it's very nice. So when I'm doing this, it's like the top's starting to feel like really tight and make these nasty noises. So then you just switch down to the bottom, start twisting the bottom one a bit. You just keep alternating back and forth between the two. But before I fully tighten this, I got to get the other side. I'm still missing one. And never over tighten. You can always tighten it later. Give it a few days of use and then come back and maybe inspect the tightness of them. Okay. I finally got those down pretty close. There's still give where I could tighten them tighter, but it's getting pretty taut and it's making noises I don't really care for. And this is very, very tight now against the leather part of the chair. Like, I'm glad I put this back here. I can almost just tear this at this point and probably get that to separate. But I'm just going to cut it nicely. Like I said, I'm just going to cut around it nicely. But glad I put that there now. I feel like it would have kind of hurt that leather, actually. And then on this side, too, in a few days, I'll check it, maybe make it slightly tighter on both sides, but as long as it doesn't feel wiggly or like it's got give, it's probably going to be fine. It's down pretty low. It's starting to make some naughty noises. I think it's because this nut has some kind of anti-slip grooving on the other side of it, and then that washer in between, and yeah, that's probably what I'm hearing, but scary stuff, man. So this is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Okay, so it turns out that hole that was causing that concern with the other side being so sharp into the leather, it does have a purpose. I figured it did, I just didn't know what. It screws into this cover that's going over there, and this cover pops in down there in that little hole, and then you put like a tab over the top to cover it. One of these tabs right there is going to cover it. So that's what the hole's for. And when all that's on there, this will still be coming off, but not quite done with it yet. So again, this was on the leg, made a perfect cover for this whole situation. Good grief, the amount of stitching I'm gonna have to do on this video, or groups of videos. Another thing too, I've noticed inside this piece, this one says R, and you can see that there for right side. And I'm guessing this other one will say L for left. What do you know? There it is, right there in the middle, L. So yeah, I'm guessing that's the side I need that I was just showing. This one, L for left. If you're doing it from your left and your right, that's got to be it. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of stitching with these videos. The other thing is, yes, it is important what side you use. The L is the one I'm holding on the left side, and the R is on the right. And yes, as you can see, it's important which one to use because the right side has like the release lever for the back. As you can see, it's a lot sticking out more versus the left one. So yes, it's important to get that right. Oh, I just can't win. And I thought getting the top and bottom screw were bad. This one here, it's like trying to find a hole that you need to put something in the dark. And I'll just leave that as the analogy, because when I push the side up against that, I'm just trying to guess where it goes. Let me try to be a little more specific. This goes up. I'm trying to make this go in the hole. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't feel what I'm doing. It is going to be magic if it goes in there. I got to do that with two sides. Just great. Okay. This is what I've had to resort to. I don't even see this, but what I did is I lined up the hole this way with the flashlight, and then I'll try to get the screw in that way. Good grief. Okay, it just dawned on me. The screws I talked about tightening in a few days are actually underneath this cover now. And that's in there. It took some doing. I finally got it to go in there. And as usual, you don't want to over tighten this nonsense. It'll break. As a matter of fact, did that break? No? Anyways, don't over tighten it. And then the cap, goes on there. But, let me turn off this flash here. like I said, I'm not going to put on the other side, and I'm not going to cap this. Once you get that cap on there, that's there, good luck at that point getting it back off. So again, use it for a few days first without putting this on there. You'll be just fine. And then, you know, tighten those nuts if they're still feeling kind of loose a little bit more till, you know, don't over tighten them. Then put this nonsense on and cap it. That's my advice. And then I'm going to cut this excess off. I guess I'll probably do a little bit of it. Not like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Might just leave it on for now in its entirety. I know it's going to look goofy for the review, but I guess I can do a follow-up in a few days when I finally get it completed at that point. But it's just, this is really nice to have here because this plastic also would be digging into the leather, and it's not going to because I've put this thing in there. So yeah, Razer, maybe if you see this or get some feedback, have something like this. Otherwise, just for now, use what they put on the wheelbase. It works. Okay, I got this thing flipped upside down now. This is like the product tag and warranty, and it's got like serial number and stuff. I'm going to leave that tilted that way. Normally it goes across the whole back, but you got this strap here for the support. It's very nice. This is the wheelbase we're going to be installing the height adjuster into. It was nice that at least it had the armrests already pre-attached. I appreciate that. But you can see it's got like the support here and everything. It's very nice. I'm actually surprised. This is a very nice chair. I was expecting it to be more on the cheaper side, and it's not. It feels very high quality. So let me go ahead and get that wheelbase on. Now you take these sticker things and you take and put them over that first to offer some protection. Funny, they offer it for this, but they didn't offer it for that side stuff. Well, this is pretty cheap anyway. I'm probably better off using that squishy pad, in all honesty, on this, but for now, I'll just use what they gave. Okay, so we've got the base now on. It's very important to get it the right way. It says front down here. It's upside down, but it says front, and that's the front of the chair, so that helped me there. But also, if you need to know, the handle for height adjustment is near the handle where the back adjuster is over here. So they're both on the same side, if that helps you. When you're installing these screws, don't fully tighten them. You go around and you just turn one a little bit, and then it feels kind of taut. There, you just keep going around and just do a little bit here, a little bit there, until it starts to tighten up. If it looks like it's getting kind of awkward or one's getting too tight, move on to the next one. You don't want to over tighten those. You really don't. You can check on them in a few days, just like with car tires. Just get them to a certain tightness and then you stop. Otherwise, you're going to probably have some problems. You'll definitely have some problems. Okay, we're finally at the part where you pop in the wheels. So they're very high quality. I like it. Easy pop in. Just going to stick them in the hole and push down and pop, you know. Make sure it's flat when you do that. I'm not going to do it right now because, well, I need both hands. But anyways, just make sure it's flat when you go to pop it in. Okay, for this final wheel, I just want to point something out. You don't want to ever hold the wheel part when you're trying to push this down. Grab this part in between. It's solid, it won't move. And then put the outside like this. Just line it straight up and down. Have somebody help you push that one part down, and it'll go in. Hold on here. Try to get it straight up and down. There we go. Once you put it upside down and put some weight on it, if there's any give still, it'll just pop into place. But this is solid metal. This is really big, wide base. I was expecting something cheap and like small, but it's got a lot of base to it. Where's that dollar bill? Here, let me show you the dollar bill. Look at how big this base is. I mean, it's huge, just huge. I don't freaking believe this. I wasn't recording that entire time. Wow. All right, well, let's start over here. So basically, you just set this in the bottom of the chair, and it's already in there now. Pretty good. So just know that if you lift the chair up, this could lift out, and the bottom could drop. So if you lift the chair to move it around, don't hurt anybody. Make sure that the base maybe comes off first, or you're very careful with that. This just sits in there. Now, after somebody sat on it, it's probably going to get wedged in there pretty good, but that's the small cone right there. It goes towards the top. Nope. That's the big one. And there's like this medium one, and then there's the big one. It's just, that's how it is. It's push this all the way down. It's kind of funny. That's what the manual says. Just like that. I guess when it's in the lowest position, that's why it's like that. If you raise it up, it'll, expand more like a lightsaber. Those toy ones. We're almost done. Almost done. Okay. this is the end of the video for the assembly and review and everything for the Razer Iskur X ergonomic gaming chair. I absolutely love the look of it. It's very, very comfortable but firm at the same time, which is good because you're going to need that for long gaming. The embroider on the back with Paimon, I absolutely love it. It's embroidered right there. There. I mean, it's definitely worth it if you're a Genshin fan. And even if you're not, the chair itself is just amazing. I'm sure there's other collectible ones out there that are comfortable in leather, but this is definitely awesome. Now I'm going to put that one cover on there, but again, in a few days, I'll retighten these, get the other cover on. It's not a big deal. It really doesn't matter right now. So when you adjust the tilt on the chair, you're going to have to pull this all the way back. If you're wondering if it's broken, it's not. You just have to literally get it all the way back to release the tension, and it'll adjust. And then at its lowest setting, this is made for kind of a big person, I'm not going to lie. This could fit probably a 300-pound guy easily. Maybe I'm not right on that, but it just feels like it could. I'm not a 300-pound guy. I'm not even a 200-pound guy. This is kind of squishy, by the way, and they do rotate in and out. I love that. And they can adjust up and down. Very nice. Very comfortable chair, but firm. Comfortable, but firm. Rotate it around again one more time so you can see it. Very happy with it. Now, it probably even looks better in sunlight, but this is the best I can do with room lighting and my phone and everything. Base is pretty awesome. At first I thought the base wasn't going to be good because I saw the one on this other chair that I got at Office Depot is like half the price for this one. But this one's a lot more quality. A lot more quality. This is kind of like there's like metal, but there's some plastic to it. I don't know. This is still a good base too now that I'm talking about it. But, oh yeah, the other thing, this was the only thing I found that was kind of a little bit annoying. This right here was kind of gummed up in there, but it's not a big deal. I could fix that, unscrew this more, and shove it down in there. But this is just when you tighten this or loosen it, it lets the chair tilt. Not the back, but like the whole chair can tilt. And I don't usually do that because that's a good way to tip over. I just don't tilt. So I adjust the back height and that's it. Now, if you compare this one to this other one, like I said, from Office Depot, it's not a bad chair either. Half the price. It looks nice. It's a lot squishier. A lot squishier. Look at that. So for long periods of time, this one is not going to last as long in terms of like stability, support, for long gaming periods. And this is, well, it's actually kind of squishy too now that I feel it. I never really noticed that. Does the same type of stuff. I guess it doesn't turn that way, but it goes up and down and back and forward. Pretty similar, but this one clearly feels like higher quality, more stability, and all around very happy with it. Very cool. So I hope I reviewed this enough. If there's anything further you want to see, maybe leave some comments. I'll make an additional video for anything I might have missed. I tried to be as thorough as possible. Again, my only complaint was when it came to this part, I had to use that one part that was on the wheel, but it works fine. I'll trim around that with some scissors very carefully. Very carefully. Even if it's not fully like cut, it doesn't matter. I just want to protect this leather. Even though maybe I'm never going to take that off. It's just kind of a personal preference. If you don't care, then don't worry about it. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I don't plan on doing a lot of product reviews unless I start getting stuff sent to me. This is probably once in a lifetime where I get a chair like this. So again, I wasn't trying to flex or anything. I just didn't see any really good reviews out there. And I wanted to put one out there that was useful. Oh, my flash just died on my phone. So time to wrap this up here and get this edited and then uploaded. So hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one.